Maybe I'll wait to see if Santa shows up again. Did she... she did say she'd be dropping something off today. Still, I don't know when that'll be. I don't think Santa Claus owns a phone. Still, what if I wait the entire day and she doesn't turn up? That would be depressing. Just then, a sharp knock comes from the door.
Hello, Koji. I used the door, just like you asked.
Didn't get lost along the way, did you?
Not at all.
See, you should have more faith in yourself. It's not that hard.
You're right. So, I was wondering, are you free today?
Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to show.
So you were thinking of me. I'm so happy. There's still something I want to do, Koji.
What's that?
I want to go see what it's like to go Christmas shopping.
It's like getting crushed by the crowds, mostly. Well, I'll take you there if you want, sure.
I'd like that, Koji. I've heard it's very exciting. Everyone wanders around looking for presents. Isn't it just the sweetest time of year?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's pretty busy, though. You can easily get lost in the crowd.
I'm sure that I won't. You said I should have some faith in myself, right?
Right. If you want to go shopping, we should go as early as possible. It's likely to be even more crowded later in the day. I see. Still, it'll be fun.
Still, it'll be fun, I'm sure. After all, I'll be with you the entire time.
I can't handle the sweetness. An entire gingerbread house, frosting and all, still wouldn't have as much sweetness as Santa. Alright, shall I show you the way then?
Yes, please.
I reach for her hand.
Koji, why are we holding hands?
I know you said you wouldn't get lost, but I want to make sure. Hold on to my hand so there's no chance, right?
Yeah, I see.
If you don't like it, we don't have to.
No, it's fine. I'm more happy with you to hold your hand, Koji.
Okay, Santa. I'm glad. Holding hands with a cute girl. It's certainly something I can enjoy, regardless of why.
Anyway, shall we go?
I can feel her grip tighten. Sure. So, hand in hand, we go out on the town. The entire time, Santa looks around with the curiosity at all the sparkling decorations and peers into seemingly every storefront.
So people buy their own decorations instead of making them?
Yeah, usually. Not everyone can make things like you can. Ignore that.
I guess that's why the Claus family is here, so we can make things to bring joy to others.
That's a nice thought. That reminds me. By the way, I need to think of a way for you to keep your wand safe. Can you shrink it? Do you have somewhere to put it?
Not really.
On second thought, that's a silly question. What she wears barely counts as clothes in the first place. I can see, I can see she certainly doesn't have any pockets or bags. Well, if it has a hook on it.
So you've thought of something?
Maybe, can I? Have I? Can I do that to her?
Any idea is a good idea. Imagine if I lost my wand again and you weren't there. Christmas would be ruined. That's the thing I'm most scared of. That I'll screw up and Christmas won't happen.
Hey, relax. Nothing like that's gonna happen. If it does, then just come to see me and we'll sort it out, okay?
I appreciate that, Koji.
Her clumsiness really seems to bother her. I don't know what I could do to help. Still, I'll do whatever I could. If you dwell on what's going wrong all the time, it probably will. Happy thoughts, right?
Yeah, happy thoughts. I'm Santa after all. Good girls and boys are relying on me to deliver them Christmas joy, so I'll do my best for all of them.
That's the spirit.
Anyway, where would we like to go, Koji?
I don't know, there's a lot of shops.
Can we avoid the ones we showed up in last time?
You mean the lingerie shop we teleported to?
You don't have to say it. I was nervous.
That's fine. We just won't go there.
Thank you.
Her attention slowly sweeps over downtown.
They know how to get into the Christmas spirit here. Is it like this every year, Koji?
I don't know. This is the first year I've spent here.
Do you like this town, Koji?
Maybe. I'd like it more if I had friends, I think.
Hey, no problem. I'm here with you after all. You won't be alone this Christmas, I promise.
She squeezes my hand tightly. Thank you, Santa. I feel really weird calling her that. The first thing that comes to mind in her name with that name is a fat man with a white beard. She isn't anywhere near that. So, why don't you tell me more about your family, Santa?
What would you like to know?
How about your dad?
He's nice and warm and jolly. He's a bit big, though, and he has a white beard.
So he does look like the Santa shown almost everywhere?
Yep, people love him, don't you think?
It's a little sad that you don't get credit, though.
Credit for one is credit for all of us. Besides, because all of us are Santa Claus after all.
I see, I see. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a team effort. Well, family effort. So, how do you pick that? What Santa goes where?
We just decide where we want to go. I like this place, and so it's where I decided to stay.
Do you ever go home to the North Pole?
Of course, it's not Christmas without our family dinner, you know.
Naturally, Santa would celebrate Christmas herself. Okay.
Christmas is about family, warmth, and joy. The North Pole is my home. It will always be the warmest place in the world to me.
She closes her eyes and lets out a happy sigh.
Maybe you could come for us for our Christmas dinner, Koji.
Christmas dinner, huh?
Was I thinking out loud?
Yeah, you were.
Just forget that.
She's glowing like Rudolph's shiny red nose. I'm not going to forget this. Having Christmas dinner with the Claus family. I'd get to meet the big guy himself. Although being with this cute girl while doing that would be nice. She's so innocent and pure, as would be expected of a member of the Claus family. I wonder what would it be like if we were married.
By the way, what was that about me not losing my candy cane? Where do you think I could keep it?
I suppose I should tell her. My inner demons have won today. No point in beating around the bush. What if you put it between your breasts?
My breasts? My chest?
Yes, you'd always feel it, so you wouldn't lose track. I've heard a lot of girls hiding stuff there.
Is that so? I guess it's worth a try.
Then she squeezes the candy cane in between her two massive breasts.
Do you think I can keep track of it like this? If I hold these together, it will never escape.
I don't think that would work. Not to mention this looks more lewd than I had imagined.
So you don't think I should try?
Maybe just keep doing it. We'll see if it works.
Okay.
She stands there rubbing her breasts against the cane.
You're giving me a funny look, Koji. Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong.
Something doesn't feel right. I mean...
She peers down the length of the wand.
I know where it is, but this doesn't feel right, Koji.
You don't have to push them together.
Oh, okay.
She lets go, released her breasts spill into their natural cleavage. They press together nicely, securing the candy cane perfectly between them.
It's too big. Don't you think, Koji? It won't fit there.
The candy cane almost seems like it's melting. As it rubs against her skin, I can see the shimmer of the stickiness along its surface. It starts to coat her chest, giving it a slick sheen.
Feels so wrong, Koji, but it was your idea, so I don't mind. Even if it feels so...
Every step causes her chest to bounce subtly around the cane, securely squeezing and nudging up and down.
Why doesn't this feel right? Are you meant to put these things between them, Koji?
Not usually.
I don't like it.
She cups her breasts and lifts slightly. The candy cane starts to slide between them.
Now I'm all sticky here. Even when I know where it'll be, it feels so very wrong.
And why don't you stop?
Because it was a suggestion from Koji and I want to try. Even if it feels wrong, I'm happy to do what you ask.
Look, you don't have to. I'm starting to feel guilty. It seems like she's instinctively adverse to lewd things, though she keeps stumbling into them by accident. I had a lot of fun today. That took all day. Santa seems like she enjoyed herself too. Well, Koji, thank you for today. Don't worry about it, it was fun.
I want to give you something.
She gingerly takes my hand and presses something into my palm. I hold it up. A snow globe.
It's special.
When I peer deeper into its swirling snow. Is this your workshop?
Yes. Shake the globe 3 times and think about Christmas. That way you'll be able to visit me whenever you want.
But it's your workshop. Are you sure you're okay with me just dropping by whenever?
It's fine if it's Koji. You're special. Anyway, can I come home with you?
Absolutely. She trails behind me, shy this time, and thinking and carefully avoiding not getting too close. I can't really believe it myself, but I walk side by side with the pair in my apartment with Saint Nick. Though I suppose she's not really the Saint Nicholas everyone would think of. Now she's sitting on my couch looking up at me.
I just remembered. I want to ask you something, Koji.
Ask away.
How are you feeling?
Better, but not so lonely now.
It must be surprising to you that you won't be seeing your family this Christmas. Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
They had other plans. They had other plans.
Still, it's a shame.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Santa.
It's no trouble. It's not as if you're a burden or anything. I'm having a lot of fun with you, Koji.
Don't worry, I didn't think you were. It must be nice to do something else for a change.
Well, I love what I do. I love making beautiful toys for children who deserve them. I love the food, decorations, the presents, everything about Christmas. But it is nice to do something special for this year.
Do you ever get lonely, Santa?
Do I get lonely?
Yeah, I mean, you're basically worked by yourself in your apartment day after day. I know that you have the Claus family, but you don't see them until Christmas Day, do you?
True, but it's my own choice to be alone. I need to learn to handle things by myself. I don't want my family to always be worried about me. So if I can prove to everyone that I managed to take my own problems, then everyone will be happy.
I can understand that. When I left home, I tried to make a big point of not relying on my parents. I immediately found myself a job and did the best with my studies. Both of us are striving to become our best self.
That's right. I want to be a toy maker that my family can be proud of.
Are they not proud of you right now?
No, it's not like that, but like you said, we have to strive to be our best. Christmas gets a little harder every year, so the only thing I can do is try even harder every year.
But it's a huge burden to shoulder by yourself, don't you think? If you need help, you shouldn't hesitate to ask.
I hope it won't come to that. I want to try my best. You seem to be okay, so I'll be heading back to my workshop. I'll see you later, Koji.
I open the door for her and she merrily skips out into the hall. How much magical power does Santa's wand have? It's a bit of a weird question, but for something that looks so important, she can't seem to keep it safe. Of course, if she actually kept it between her breasts the whole time, she wouldn't lose track of it, and neither would any man watching her. It shows how much we need to keep our precious things close to us. It's just a shame I couldn't do that with Itsumi. How do I feel about her after all this time? Why did I react that way to her outfit being stained? Was it just because it was public? Am I some sort of tsundere? And that mischievous fox, she knew what she was doing when she showed me her panties. Without a doubt, she is a true exhibitionist, shameless and without a single care in the world. What was I thinking about? Right, making Santa do lewd things. I feel guilty about tricking her. So what if you didn't do either of those storylines? Probably something different. So next time did I mess that? No. So next time I'll just try to let it happen naturally. After all, she has a talent for stumbling into perversion. Such a wonderful talent, for sure. Not that I have anything against premeditated lewdness. Go look at the workshop. For seemingly hours, I've been staring into the swirling blizzard of Santa's snow globe. I try to peer into it to make something out, but it's just building in snow. Is it really possible that this can teleport me? I do want to visit Santa, but there's no point in waiting here for her to visit me. I'm trying to remember those instructions. Oh, that's right. Shake, 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 then think about Christmas. My eyes fall shut as I contemplate the Christmas spirit. It feels like I'm drifting off. I hope I don't open my eyes and see my apartment. Wait, that's a cold wind whisked across my face. I opened my eyes to see that I was standing in front of Santa's workshop, and it's freezing. I just dove in without thinking about warm clothes. I practically tear the front door open and slam it shut behind me. I hope I don't catch hypothermia. For a few moments I just shiver, trying to feel warm again. The workshop seems as clean as it was last time. I wonder, is Santa here? There's wrapping paper on the workbench. It looks recent too. She must not be far away. Hello, Santa? It's me, Koji. I hear something crash, then Santa stumbles out to meet me.
Oh, hello, Koji. The snow globe works for you?
Yep, shake 3 times and think about Christmas spirit, close my eyes. Then appear outside the door of Santa's workshop.
Oh, I didn't think to warn you. Sorry, Koji. I'll have to make some adjustments to it. Are you okay? You didn't catch anything, right? I have hot chocolate if you like.
Don't worry about me too much, I'm tougher than I. That's when she produces a steaming mug from seemingly nowhere.
Have some hot chocolate, just in case.
Thank you. I suppose I'm not going to turn down free hot chocolate. I take the mug in both hands and I give it a sip. The lingering chill evaporates instantly. Wow, this is great. How did you make it?
Family secret.
I'm sure they have many secrets. You said something about adjustments? I'm guessing you made that snow globe yourself.
Yes. Is there something wrong with it?
Not at all. It's a magnificent decoration, like everything I've seen you make.
I'm not that good, though.
Really, I mean it. You're amazing, Santa.
Thank you.
Blushing deeply, she turns away to her workbench.
Anyway, I'm nearly finished for today. If I work extra hard, I'll have everything ready and I'll be free to spend time with you, Koji.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
She looks down to the massive pile of toys in front of her. Hey, do you need help with anything at all?
Help? No, I'll be fine.
Really, I can help out. I used to wrap all the presents for my family. I might not be as fast as you, but with both of us working, it'll go faster. She glances uncertainly down again.
Okay. Can we do it at your apartment?
Huh? Why my apartment?
I just like being there. It's relaxing.
But your workshop is really nice.
I know, but I'd like a change of scenery for once.
There's so many toys. I think I've wrapped about 30 presents. The pile of gifts remains as huge as ever. My hands are starting to ache. On the other hand, she doesn't seem to be having any trouble.
500 presents done.
Santa's able to do it 16 times faster. It's actually more. 16. It's absurd to think that I could ever compare to her speed. All of her wrapped presents look so neat too. When she starts working, she becomes some kind of god at crafting.
How many are you up to, Koji?
I glance at my pile of wrapped presents compared to hers. I think I could do better.
I've had a lot of practice, Koji. When you do it as often as I do, it comes easy.
I've been practicing every Christmas too, but even then, is this the power of the Claus family? Imagine if they could be that productive with everything else. They could conquer the entire world if they wanted. Fortunately, the last thing on their mind would be world conquest. She's saintly in her innocence, not to mention really cute.
Koji, it doesn't matter how many presents you wrap.
It doesn't? Why would it? I mean, the less I do, the more work you have to do, right?
No, it's not about the work.
She scoots closer to me at the table.
It's because you offered to help in the first place. That's what actually makes me happy. I spend every day thinking about what I can do for other people. But when it really warms my heart is when I see other people being kind.
It's no big deal, really.
It's a big deal for me. With you here, I feel motivated to work more than ever.
She's focused on me, but her hands are still a blur of wrapping presents.
I've been wrapping presents twice as fast as normal.
Her scissors are a flash of steel jabbing into the air before sweeping down again. Be careful with the scissors, Santa. She's definitely going fast. Too fast. Santa, why don't you slow down?
No, it's fine.
My eyes flick to the front of her top.
Is something wrong?
Look down. She peers down at her top. It has been cleanly sheared through by her emphatic scissors wielding. Her mouth falls open at a gasp shock.
When did that happen? I was too excited. I wasn't paying attention.
I know she's clumsy, but this is another level entirely. Thin strips of fur barely manage to cover her nipples. I hope that's just a shadow. It's definitely a nice view of her boobs, at least. They're nicely rounded, a little springy, and the size is just right. Santa seems worried, though.
If I move, they'll drop off. Why do things like this keep happening?
She looks dejected, her hands pinning the scraps of fabric in place. I should do something before she turns it on the waterworks. Listen, I can sew it back together.
But if you do the sewing, I would have to...
She wraps her arms around her chest, doing her best to hide it.
We can't do that, Koji. That's too embarrassing. Why am I so clumsy? This isn't fair. The rest of my family doesn't have trouble with this.
As she squeezes, the strips of cloth slip between her fingers, leaving her completely bare.
No, why do they have to do that? This is so unfair. Koji, why does this keep happening around you? It's not fair at all.
She's having trouble keeping her enormous bust in check. When it's that big, of course it's going to be a problem. Listen, just give me the cloth, I'll fix it.
No, I can't let you touch it.
She starts to reach for it, but quickly realizes she can't do that without exposing herself.
Aw, this is too bad. I really wanted to wrap presents, but I screwed up again.
I quietly pick up the pieces. Look, I'll sew them back together. Just give me a few minutes and everything will be fine, okay? She sniffles reluctantly and nods.
Okay. Please don't look this way, though.
Alright, sorry. Somehow I feel guilty, but if it's not my fault, if I happen to get a look, right? After that, we manage to get all the presents wrapped and move them back to her workshop. Santa places the last present on the pile after wrapping it, seemingly ecstatic.
It was a lot of work, but we did it. Thank you for helping, Koji.
No problem, you did most of the work.
But you offered to help anyway. That's what makes me happy. Now, I just need to move these...
And that's when she tumbles forward. Tripping on nothing? I'm unable to stop her, and she plummets towards a pile of fragile toys in front of her. Despair draws on her face as she crashes head first into them. Santa, are you okay? I rush over to pick her up. Santa? Then I see it. Those innocent eyes of her.
Koji, the presents.
Then the pile begins to tumble. Beautiful, delicate toys handcrafted by Santa herself crash onto the floor, shattering like glass under the weight of each other.
The toys!
Dewdrops begin to well up in her eyes.
All of this year's work. All the planning. No. No.
Her expression twists with despair as she stares to the pile of ruined toys that she had lovingly crafted.
They're broken, Koji. So much work gone.
Hey, Santa. Everything's fine. Don't stress. We can fix this.
No, we can't. It took me weeks to make all those toys.
She huddles into a ball, burying their face in her knees.
I worked so hard this year.
A loud sob escapes from her.
Koji, I'm a failure as Santa Claus.
Hey, don't say things like that.
But it's true. All my brothers and sisters, none of them are as clumsy as me. I'm the only one who breaks things like this.
She holds up one of the toys, little more than a pile of splinters now. Teardrops roll off her cheeks and splatter onto the smashed wood.
What am I gonna do, Koji? There's not enough time to remake all the toys. All the good boys and girls are waiting for their toys this year.
She throws the splinters aside and falls.
Don't look at me, Koji. I don't deserve to be a member of the Claus family.
That isn't true, Santa. She's not listening.
I got so excited when Koji said he was going to help me wrap presents. Then my clumsiness kicked in and I ruined everything. It's breaking my heart to see her like this. Yet, nothing I say seems to comfort her at all. Santa, we can fix this. I'll help you if there's anything I can do to help, just... No, it's okay, Koji. It's no good to try and help someone as clumsy as me. No matter what we make, it'll just break again.
I don't want to see her cry. I don't want to see her so sad. I feel so helpless right now.
I need some time alone.
I start to open my mouth, but it seems like it's pointless. As I shuffle into my apartment, I can't help but put out a sigh. I drop onto the couch and rest my head in one hand. Oh, Santa, what are you going to do? Is she just going to fall over and mope in the corner about her workshop until Christmas? Surely that won't happen. No, this is the girl who's constantly happy, in spite of all her slip-ups. To see her driven to tears is heart-rending. What do I do? Surely there's something I can do for her, but what is it? The best I can think of is to be there for her. Instead, she pushed me away. I think she needs help, though, but she doesn't want it. Still, even if I can't think of anything to do, sitting in my apartment and worrying about it isn't going to do a damn thing. I have to do something. It doesn't matter how, if I know what the perfect choice is or not. People have to try, but even if sometimes they're just guessing and trying their best, she needs someone to help comfort her. I look up around the beautiful decorations she's put up around my apartment. Each of them is delicately crafted. She says she's a failure, yet there's so much evidence in plain sight that she's not. To make all these wooden toys, glass ornaments, and Christmas lights. It must have taken exceptional skill. And yet she insists she's a failure. If only I knew how to make it clear to her that she's far from it. People aren't rational, I guess. Even Santa Claus herself is just as fallible as a normal person. Yet without a doubt she truly is who she says she is. The first time I met her, she handled that child with serene grace, like she was his father. Or mother. I wonder, where did the Claus family even come from? Some people call Santa by this name of Saint Nicholas. Is he actually a saint? I don't know. But she seems saintly to me. How does something so pure even exist in this cruel world of ours? So otherworldly yet so human. Her heart's every bit as vulnerable as everyone else's. Even more so with how painfully innocent she is. Santa, we'll make sure that Christmas happens this year. I'll do my best through this mistake. Even if I'm not in a very good mood, I can make some toys myself if that's what it takes. Or even if I'm not very good. We'll figure it out somehow. Just giving up isn't going to help everyone. Maybe, just maybe. I might have an idea if she can make it by herself. If it comes to that, I think we'll be fine. This will take a lot of effort to convince her, but it'll definitely be the best option. Don't worry, Santa. One way or another, everything will be fine. Well, Santa needs me to be there for her, and I can't just leave her alone in her workshop. There's nothing more painful than thinking about her crying, but I can't make things right, so I don't know what to do, but I have to try. Somewhere along the line, I started falling for that girl. I don't know why, but it just seems right to me. She can do it. I know she can. As long as she believes in herself. After all, there's mountains of evidence lying around my apartment. Don't worry, Santa. Everything will be fine. We're going to make sure that Christmas happens this year. There's no point in wasting my time. I shake the snow globe and wait for its magic to work. I immediately head through the front door. Santa's sitting alone, staring at an empty table. Santa? Koji? What are you doing here? I'm a failure. No, you're not. You made a mistake. It happens. The more time you spend sitting around here feeling sorry for yourself, the closer Christmas gets. But I can't make enough toys in time. And if I do, who says I won't ruin it like before? No. How many times have you made Christmas happen, Santa? How many boys and girls have you delivered presents to with no trouble at all? I've lost count. Just because you made a mistake once doesn't mean you're incompetent. You're only human, right? But Santa doesn't make mistakes. Why can't Santa make mistakes? I don't know. She seems to not be quite as downtrodden, at least. Think, what can you do to get all these presents ready in time? Well, I want to do it the proper way. I don't want to cheat. I would mass-produce toys with Christmas magic, but that isn't right. The gifts are supposed to be lovingly made gifts, right? She specifically avoids mass production for that very reason. Well, how can you make enough toys if you don't use mass production? Let me think. Oh, of course, Santa. Yes? Is there any way to contact your family? Oh, yes, there is, but... But what? I don't want them to know. I'm so ashamed of myself. Imagine what they'd think of me if they knew about how badly I failed those children. Why would they do that? Families help each other when they're in need, not shun each other for perceived failures. She stares at her feet after I speak. I guess there's no way around it, but the important thing is that the boys and girls get their presents. I think I'm going to ask Dad for help. Wait, you mean you're going to ask the big guy himself to help out? Yes, he's the only one that would be free at the moment. He retired a few years ago, and he lets the family take care of the operation. But he's still the single greatest toy maker in the entire family, not to mention fastest of all. I can't believe it. Am I going to see Santa? Well, Santa's right in front of me. That's the only evidence I need for his existence. Just give me a moment, Koji. She walks outside. I'm not sure what she's doing, but I hear a strong wind picking up as she stands there. In a few minutes, she walks inside. He's coming. Really? He's going to help? Yep. He was so worried about me. I've always been clumsy, no matter how hard I try. Dad said that is just a part of who I am. He's right, you know. That doesn't make you any less of a person, Santa. Thank you. Anyway, we can't talk for much longer. Why not?
Sorry, Koji, but he says he wants you to face... He wants you... Oh my god.
But he says that he wants to your face at Christmas dinner.
He doesn't want to spoil the surprise for himself. After all, we have our own rules about revealing ourselves.
Oh, no way. Oh well, I guess he is Santa Claus. What about you, though? Am I allowed to see you?
I told you before. It's okay if it's Koji.
But why am I an exception?
Dad told me.
She slowly walks up to me and places her hands on my cheeks. With a gentle tug, she brings me down so she can kiss my brow.
It's fine to show yourself to the one you love.
I touch the place where she kissed me, taken aback. Her face says it all. This girl is so cute. She's cute to the point that I'm going to die of it. Why is my heart beating so fast?
I did something strange, didn't I?
No, it's fine. I pull her into a tight hug, as tight as I can make it. Nothing's wrong at all. She lets herself go still in my arms. Her eyes close and she gently wraps her arms around me in turn.
The true spirit of Yuletide is not about giving or receiving, but freely giving because you want to.
Who said that, the big guy?
Yep, he said you can only understand the true Christmas of Yuletide when you give your heart to another.
Giving your heart to another, huh?
Sorry, Koji, I want to spend more time with you, but Dad and I need to start working now.
Okay, Santa. I'll be at my apartment when you're done.
Don't worry, this shouldn't take long.
She leans over and whispers gently in my ear.
We'll be back together for Christmas Eve, Koji. Just you and me. I'm really nervous. I can't make my heart stop going so fast. That's normal.
That's normal, Santa.
It is? I'm glad. I'm only human, like you said.
She takes me by the hand and leads me out of her workshop.
Well, see you soon, Koji. That's a promise. Please wait for me.
Of course, Santa. I'll be waiting for you.
Thank you, Koji.
She closes the door of her workshop. I'm curious as to what the Claus family's old man looks like, but I guess that isn't happening today. I hope she'll be able to make her toys in time. Well, this is it. It's Christmas Eve, one of the single most important days of the year for me. I originally thought that I'd be completely alone for this day, and yet here I am feeling nervous about what's going to happen next. That's just normal when you're going out with a cute girl, right? Santa must be relieved now. If she didn't call for her dad, I don't think it would have gone well. It must have been enormous pressure to be one of the members of the Claus family. So many good children you're hoping for, each of them dreaming about the gifts he'll deliver. The most important thing is to show Santa how wonderful she is. Her clumsiness is part of her charm to me. I don't know that I said I should be more careful. Or I know that I said I should be more careful, but I think I'm falling for her now. She's too cute, though, and too innocent. And so nice, just to top it off. That presents, the decorations, and the Christmas cheer she spread through this lifeless apartment. For that alone, she deserves a moment to herself. And I'll make sure that she has as much fun as she can tonight. Since the events of yesterday, I'm left wondering how Santa's doing. I'm sure the old man is helping her sort things out. After all, he's the embodiment of generosity. I should go visit her. With that precious snow globe she gave me, I'll be there right away. Here I am, before Santa's workshop. I'm kind of nervous as to how things went. I know her father's a good man, but even with his help, did they make it? As I walk through the front door, I feel a bit apprehensive about knocking. Did she pull it off? Is everything going to be okay for the Christmas this year? I guess I'll only know if I knock. Hey Santa, are you there? Is everything okay? The door practically flies open. A joyous-looking Santa greets me.
Koji, Koji!
Excited, she drags me into her workshop.
Look, look!
She points towards one of the corners of the workshop. In front of me is the single biggest pile of toys I've ever seen in my life. To say it's a Titanic would not do it justice. She throws her arms around my neck and hugs me.
We did it, Koji! We really did it! Christmas is saved!
She hops up and down with excitement.
I couldn't have done it without your help.
I didn't really do anything though, Santa. It was your old man and you. I just gave you a push. You have talent, Santa, and your clumsiness doesn't matter.
I always thought I was never as good as my brothers or sisters, but that's not important. I'm just glad I was able to get everything done in time.
She pauses for a moment.
Listen. I've made some arrangements and some of my siblings are going to cover delivery for me this year.
Huh? You aren't going to do it?
Not this time. Instead, I want to spend Christmas Eve with you, Koji.
She reaches out and slips her hand into mine, fingers slowly twining together.
They understand. All of them know about you now.
The whole family?
Yep, they're all saying that you must be someone special. So the entire Claus
family is aware of me now. I don't know how to feel about that. What about your dad?
He had a long talk about you. About all the decorations, all the mishaps.
Why would a father want to know about the lewd things I did with his daughter? I'm dead and I just know it. What does he think?
He likes you.
He likes me?
Yep, he thoroughly approves of you, too.
No way. I'm in shock.
Anyway, can we head out soon? I've completed all the toys I need. I just want to spend some time with you alone. That's okay, right, Koji? You don't mind spending time with a girl as clumsy as me?
Not at all. Your clumsiness is part of your charm, you know.
Is it? You find me charming?
That's right, I do. Who wouldn't be charmed by someone as cute as you, Santa?
Cute? I'm cute?
She grabs her cap and shoves her head into it.
Don't look at my face, Koji. It's embarrassing.
Oh, come on. I take her by the hand and begin to lead her out of the workshop.
Holding hands?
That's right, holding hands.
Dad used to do this all the time with me.
You don't mind then, do you?
Not at all. Koji, let's have a lot of fun tonight. I want this to be the night we'll both remember.
We'll remember it, I promise you that. I want to make a very memorable Christmas with you, Santa. Before I notice, she's the one leading with me by the hand. We'll run through the winter snow laughing all the way. That beautiful smiling face. I could wake up to that every day and still smile. We spend the whole day walking around together. I show her all kinds of places around town. We're wandering around downtown, arms linked. It feels like it's meant to be. When I look at this cute girl beside me, I begin to question when I fell in love with her. With things like that, I guess your feelings just can't escape your notice. They can just keep growing and growing, just out of sight.
Koji, look at the Christmas tree.
With joy, she looks up at the city's sparkling Christmas tree. It glows against the dark sky.
It's so nice. Christmas Eve is my favorite night. Flying over the sleepy little towns and the big cities, watching as the lights fade and people begin to wait for the arrival of Christmas.
I know the feeling.
Anyone who's waited sleepless for Santa Claus to come, they can understand those feelings. It's the most magical time of year.
From shop to shop we wander together. She tries out everything she can. She doesn't seem to care about the crowds at all. The entire time I feel the warmth radiating from her. Right now Santa's the happiest girl in the world. She lives for this one night of the year. Honestly, I'm not the sort of guy to blush, but I can't handle how cute she is being right now.
You know, Koji, your face has been very red.
I've been captured by your beauty, Santa. Her face darkens with the bold red of her outfit.
Don't say such embarrassing things.
I'm just being honest with how I feel.
I don't dislike it, Koji. Can we go somewhere private, just you and me? The crowds are too big here.
Absolutely. I lead her away from downtown and slip down a sleepy little street. Is this better?
Much better. A quiet Christmas Eve is something I've never known before. This is the first time in years that I've been able to relax like this. To think I'd be going on a date on Christmas Eve. My brothers and sisters all said I'd do this one day, but I'd never thought it would happen. Now that I'm here, I don't know what to say.
Just say whatever, Santa. There's no need to hold back around me. If you feel something, then just let it out.
Okay.
She looks so happy right now. I can't help but feel happy too. She wanders over to a nearby bench and sits down. Tilting her head back, she stares up into the night. Tiny snowflakes dripped through the cold winter air, dancing to the song of the breeze. Santa gazes up at them, smiling the entire time. Slowly stretching her hand out, a few flakes fall into the palm of her hand. She looks so at home beneath the frozen sky. Her beautiful red and white clothes perfectly suit the occasion.
It's beautiful, Koji. There's no night more beautiful than Christmas Eve. Hundreds of hours of work all coming together at one grand moment. The whole world becomes silent as snow today. Children go to bed early, eager to wake up tomorrow and see if Santa brings them in the night. It's almost... she almost seems to glow. The night of the city shimmers off her skin. Still, I think about how no one received a present better than I did this Christmas. She looks to me, pure joy. Her pure, joyful smile warming my heart. And Koji, I don't know what love feels like, but I think I'm in love with you. She pulls back her hood, fidgeting with the mantle. Listen, do you like me too? What I say next will forever alter the course of my life. It's only fair that I answer as honestly as possible. I like you too, Santa, but I don't know what I should do. I mean, you're Santa Claus. I'm just some university student. I'm not sure I could ever become a member of the Claus family. She puts a hand on my cheek and makes me face her. You're overthinking it, Koji. If I like it too, what's wrong with it? Dad met Mrs. Claus in much the same way as us. Really? They just happened to bump into each other? That's right. If you hold the spirit of Yuletide in you, you can too join my family. Would you like that, Koji? I know I'm a clumsy girl and totally oblivious, but would you like to be part of my family? Maybe I should start thinking a lot harder about this. The prudent thing to do would be to take more time and consider my options. But I answer without hesitation. I want to be with you. I want to be part of your family, Santa. Good. I'm glad, Koji. She hums the tune of a familiar Christmas carol for a moment. We wish you a Merry Christmas, huh? Koji, there's one last present I want to give you, for everything you've done for me this Christmas. You don't owe me anything, Santa. This is the spirit of Yule. She stands up, taking me by the hand and pulling me with her. Without hesitations, her lips plant on mine. For the longest time we just stand there. Her soft lips feel so delicate on mine. When she pulls away, she's smiling. The spirit of Yuletide isn't about tit for tat, giving and receiving. Right. It's about giving freely because you want to do it. That is my present to you this year, Koji. That is the spirit of Yuletide. She wraps her arms around my waist. I love you, Koji, and the only thing I want for Christmas is you. I love you too, Santa. That's the last sentence I would have guessed I'd say in my entire life. Don't worry about it. Don't question why we were brought together. Let's just enjoy it while we can. She takes my hand and leads me through the crowd. Come on, there's still a whole night ahead of us. I want to enjoy as much of Christmas Eve as I can. I can't help but smile as she eagerly darts forward. Tomorrow I'll take you to the North Pole for Claus's family Christmas dinner. I can't wait to show you my whole family. There's no doubt about it. I've fallen in love with Santa Claus. I don't know what's going to happen when Christmas is over, but as long as I'm with her, I'll be the happiest man on earth. Oh, it's over. The spirit of Yuletide isn't about